What is going on, YouTube? And welcome back to the Crypto Shop with me, T. Hobbs. And of course, I got my man Jay Seals in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's good, everybody?
What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Hey, we're going to skip some of the pleasantries today because we got to make it a short show. We'll do the giveaway tomorrow for the Discord. But I got parent-teacher conferences today for all of my kids. So I'm going to be in parent-teacher conference for about 2 hours. So I'm going to duck off of here in about 30 minutes and then let Justin kind of finish up the show, and then we'll kind of go from there. So we'll jump right into the comments, say what's up to everybody. Make sure you guys tip the barbers by hitting the like and subscribe button. But again, we're going to make this a quick, short show. Again, I got parent-teacher conference, so I do apologize, guys. But we got Jeremiah Rourke says, no, the bull run hasn't even started, guys. Stop with the silly thumbnail titles, clickbait. Okay, Jeremiah, we'll listen to our manager. Thank you. What's up, folk? What's going on, Jonathan, folk? Hope you're having a good one. Crypto Shop Justin, what is the percentage probability that we run down? Then come November 1, when Fed talk, we go back down. BTC 18K, 19K region. Thoughts? I mean, you kind of know how we feel, man. We always get this nice run up prior to the Fed speaking. And, this time's no different. Will we go back down? It just all depends on how the market takes what he has to say. We're all expecting 0.75%, I believe, right? But at the same time, 0.75% is not the end game. What we need to hear is what the Fed has to say about future rate hikes, right? If we start to hear, him kind of relaxing a little bit on rate hikes, well, the market could continue to run for sure. If we start to hear him saying we don't like what we're seeing, we're going to start, we're going to keep, raising rates, the market could reverse. So it's going to be all about what he actually has to say. So the 0.75%, the market's kind of used to that at this point. So that's not really the key point that I'm keying in. I'm kind of keying in on what he has to say. So shout out to Rune Lady stopping by the shop. We ain't seen you in a while. Hope everything is all good. She said, what's good, fam? What's going on, Rune? Good afternoon, family. My portfolio is finally seeing some improvements, says Tony P. Glad to see it. Glad to see it. Dillinger Dave said, what's up, fam? Hope everyone is having a great day. What's going on, Dillinger Dave? Drag Lane says, what's up, guys? What's going on, Drag Lane? Kamal in the building says, hello. What's going on, Kamal? Pop in the building says, Justin looks so focused. That's because he's working on something else. Get it, fam. What's going on for her? And then we got Ink in the building says, what's up, everybody? Willard says, what's up, Hobbs and Justin? I wish this mini rally would show BTFA some love. In due time, man. Everybody don't make moves at the same time, so you just got to wait and see. Permastunt says, what's up, everyone? What's going on, Permastunt? I have a parent teacher conference today at 4 p.m. myself, LOL. Yeah, it's that time of the year, you know what I mean? Like that midterm season. So, yeah, we'll be in parent teacher conferences from 4 p.m.
I'm sorry. Wait till you get the next comments. It's just kind of funny. Okay. What Heaven Peck. I'm sorry. Or Haven.
Yeah, so we got parent teacher conference from like 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So Timsky says, yes, shop. I particularly like the thumbnails, slicker and slicker. Thank you, Timsky.
Yes, that's my thumbnail today.
Yeah, that was Justin. John says, hi, Zach Humphrey sent me here. I've subscribed and switched on notifications. What's going on, John? Welcome to the shop, man. I heard Zach was live right now. So I appreciate all the people that are coming over from Zach's channel. I really appreciate you guys. Again, unfortunately, today is going to be a short show. Justin's going to take over at about the 30-minute mark. I do have parent-teacher conference today, so I do apologize. But yeah, come check us out Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m., man. We're live every day talking about this market. So what's going on, CC Averto? Haven Peck says, Zachary sent, let's go, Zach. Zach up to his tricks again. Fearless82 said, what's good, fam? What's going on, brother? Not Up Millennial says, what's good? BD says, what's up, everyone? CCX to the moon, baby. Absolutely. Hey, fam, God love. What's going on, G Jammy? Appreciate you guys. The Prop King says, what's up, Zach Semi? Hey, thank you guys so much for stopping by the shop, man. Welcome to the shop. Please don't forget to tip the barber, aka hit the like and subscribe button. But like I said, today is going to be a short show. I don't want to show you guys short because we do talk about the market every single day of the week. So let's just jump right into it. So as we can see, the heat map today is looking very, very bullish. But again, I caution you not to say that this can't continue. I caution you to realize why this is happening, right? One, we've had great earnings reports for the last couple weeks, right? What, Justin?
We no longer bullish. Go ahead and look at the SPY.
I haven't even said it. Can I finish my point?
you might want to see this.
I see it. I mean, it's again, that's probably an earnings report that came out today. I believe Apple or Google is doing an earnings report. So
it is an earnings report.
Yeah. So, currently right now, right, like the reasons why we're up is because there's a couple reasons, right? A week ago, we had bank earnings reports, and then the next week we had tech stocks, and now we're getting even more tech stocks reporting. As tech stocks start to report, it's not necessarily about how they do in regards to EPS, right? We're looking more toward their guidance. Currently, right now, as Justin is pointing out, the S&P 500 is pulling way back because there's some large companies that are actually reporting today. If we take a look over here to the earnings whisperer, let's see who's actually reporting today.
It's Google and Microsoft.
Yeah, so the big dogs are kind of reporting today. So those reports should be in, but again, it's not about the EPS initially. Initially, it'll be about the EPS, but for the most part, it's going to be about what they have to say in their guidance. That being said, let's take a look at how the S&P performed today, which I'm so glad I got out of my options, but that's a whole nother story. So, Ernest, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping by. Here to swing dial BTFA. Let's go, Jamie. So, listen, guys, the market, again, for 2 days in a row, we've been in this, or 2 days, basically all week, we've been in this uptrend, right? Again, the market likes to run when we have these huge earnings. That's number one. Number two, the market likes to run previous or prior to Jerome Powell speaking in regards to inflation. The market likes to go on these little bull runs or bull rallies. It's not necessarily considered a bull market. If we pull back and look at the day chart, we can all see that we're still in a downtrend, right? We're coming a little bit out of this downtrend, but we haven't reversed trend whatsoever. Remember, we did this back here, and I guarantee if we look at this date, right, I guarantee that this was probably close to either CPI or the Fed speaking. And then right after the Fed spoke, or we got CPI, we did the exact same thing and we dropped even lower. So that being said, it's not crazy to think that we can absolutely run up to about 390 on the spot. But the cool part was today, we got a nice run up consolidation, just like we spoke about in the Discord and on the show yesterday. I said, I expect for us to run up and then consolidate the rest of the day, kind of getting ready for these huge earnings reports. Well, we consolidated. We had a little bit of a dip down, hit a high of about 385. I exited my option right here 15 minutes before the market closed, and it was a successful 20% gain. So I was happy with that. But as we can see, we're getting absolutely wrecked in the after hours. And I would venture to say Apple or Microsoft or Google probably didn't do too well on their earnings reports. But I'll let Justin take care of that. Now, if we're talking about Ethereum over here on the 15-minute chart, Ethereum had a very good movement today. We talked about this way down here in the Discord, and we said, hey, look, we've been watching this level of resistance at 1389 for months now. And we say this is a strong level of resistance. So if Ethereum can break this level of resistance, use it as support, as it did right here, I expect to see, if we get volume, you can expect to see a quick run to 1600. Well, we got the volume right here for whatever reason, and we shot as high as 1511 and then again ran up to 1524. But with the SPY pulling back, it's going to be hard for this volume to continue on crypto. That being said, the SPY pulling back isn't the end of the world, because I'm sure the market is still digesting whatever came out in those earnings reports. But if we look over at BTC, similar action, right? We've been watching this level between 18.7 and 20,000 on BTC. Finally, we got the breakout this morning. BTC ran up to about 20,400 before pulling back to about 20,100. Don't be surprised if you see BTC back down below 19K or in the low 19K range, and if you see Ethereum falling back below 1389. But those are my thoughts on the market. Justin, your thoughts, good sir.
So I'll just talk about the earnings right now. So on the earnings, Microsoft reported a $50.1 billion revenue, and they were expected $49.5 billion. So they beat in revenue, and they also beat. So these are narrow beats too, which isn't great, but EPS, they beat $2.35 versus $2.29. So Microsoft beat, and therefore Microsoft, they ran down, they were down about like $5, $6, something like that. And
same
now
thing for Google.
They've come back up, and they're down about $3 right now. But Google missed on earnings. So Google missed 57.3 billion versus 58.2 billion, so near miss. And then the EPS $1.06 to $1.25. But what's interesting about Google is they've come out with some of their numbers, and their search and other revenue, they were expected to make 39.9 or 37.9 billion, and they beat 39.5 billion. Cloud revenue was 66.9 billion versus the 4.99 billion expected. And then their ad revenue on YouTube was 7.1 billion versus 7.21 billion year over year. So they missed on some, they beat on others. But the interesting thing about Google is that cloud revenue. If you remember, maybe about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, we talked about how Google was going to start accepting crypto payments for cloud. And Google Cloud made $6.9 billion. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I believe the cloud represents about 20% or 15%, somewhere around there, of Google's overall revenue. That being said, that's again bullish for crypto. Even though the numbers are, it's not tanking the stock, it's making the stock pull back a lot. And I guarantee the numbers are half the story. We need to hear what they actually have for guidance, which we'll probably get a story out later and talk about exactly what they have for their guidance moving forward. This doesn't surprise me at all, because I fully expected tech stocks with the chip, the supply issues, everything they've been having, and then inflation kicking in, they're probably going to be raising their prices for certain things or whatever it is. I fully expected Microsoft and Google to have a definite impact on the stock market. I couldn't tell you which way they would go. If I was a betting man, I was going to bet that they would both go. They would both hit. And really, I wasn't too wrong. I mean, Google and Microsoft didn't really miss that bad, but missing even a little bit in this market can definitely pull the stock down a lot. So that being said, guys, let's jump right over here into this Clear Cryptos chart. And guys, if you were looking for an entry into Clear Cryptos, you've had multiple opportunities today. So I don't want to hear, it's too late to get in, I should have bought the dip. This thing was dipping like crazy yesterday. And to me, it's kind of, when you go back and look at the chart, the fact that we were approaching that 10-cent psychological level of support or resistance made sense for people to take profits right here. So people took big profits here, 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 and here, dropping it all the way down to about the 7 cents range. I know, Discord members were like licking their chops trying to get in. Some people was having some problems. But we won't put your name out there. Licking your chops trying to get in. And right now you're getting another opportunity to get in. The higher this thing goes, the more it continues to have volume into it. It's going to be a play that people want to trade, whether they be swing traders, whether they be investors, or whether it be people that just want to make a couple X, 1X or 2X. Clear Cryptos in general, this particular chart is a trader's dream because it has over 200,000 in volume for up to 5 days now. I think the first day it hit almost 1 million in volume. So the last 4 days has been averaging over 200,000 in volume. So don't be afraid when you see these pullbacks. Instead, if you're interested in the company and everything they have to offer, look at these as opportunities. Speaking of such, when you look at Clear Cryptos and everything that they have to offer, yesterday, they announced their first listing, their exchange listing with Bitmart. It's a primary listing. So it's not like your average listing, right? You're going to get a lot of perks that go along with this. Also, they're going to be giving 3%. Bitmart's agreed to do 3% reflections for people that have Clear Cryptos on Bitmart. So you'll get those reflections in USDT. That being said, what is Clear Cryptos, right? When you really dig into what it actually is, the swap is awesome. It's amazing. The analytics platform is going to be something that nobody's really seen before. They didn't ask for a penny up front to help build this platform. Why? Because they've been building this platform for over 1 or 2 years now, right? They've been building in this platform, basically looking at the whole entire DeFi market and saying, what can we do to be different? What can we do to add value? And I think they figured that out. So stay tuned to Clear Cryptos because they're going to have some major things coming out in the next few weeks. So that being said, Justin, your thoughts on Clear Cryptos, the pullback, and I'm sure there's some stuff I've missed. So go for it.
So, honestly, I agree with Hobbs. Just like he said, there's these pullbacks is what I feel like everybody's been waiting for. I know yesterday we had talked about like knowing what you want to see in a pullback, and at least for me, this is what I would want to see in a pullback. And just like Hob said, I expected us to be playing somewhere around the 7 to 8 cent mark today, just because of how much we've run up. People are up, some people are up a lot, and so naturally they're going to take profits, but that's never a bad thing. Taking profits is a good thing. And if you guys remember, there's a 6% sell and a 0% buy. So on this all these sells are helping to support the chart. So you want people to buy and sell. It's a good thing. But other than that, don't forget to use the Clear Crypto swap, because when you use the swap, you get, I believe, 50% off right now for transaction fees. So you're going to want to make sure that you use the swap. That is one of the main utilities out right now besides the swap. And and then I'm excited for Bitmart coming out, and then there'll be more utilities announced pretty soon, I'm sure. So can't wait for everything else that's coming out for Clear.
Yeah, 100%. So let's jump into these comments real quick, and then we'll get into some other news on the day. I thought I had some news stories up. Apparently, I didn't do a good job at all pulling up news stories. So,
did you want to talk about Btfa too?
Yeah, give me a second. Did you get Mini Hob's ice cream like I requested? No, he does not need ice cream at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's Lambo time, says the Prop King. What's the word? Zach Humphrey sent me. What's going on, Forsaken? I appreciate you stopping by. C-Boy in the building says bear rallies. Exactly. Bear market rallies. That's exactly what we call these. If you had 8K in iTrust Capital, how would you diversify it? Okay. 70, 20, 10. 70% in blue chips or stocks. 20% would most likely go, 70% would be in blue chips. 20% would be in stocks and options plays. And then 10% would go to DeFi. That's how I would break it up. So however that works for you, that's how I do it. And oil. How y'all doing, Crypto Shop fan? What's going on, Cortez? Crypto X, happy Green Day. Crypto Shop, what's going on, man? When it comes to Clear Cryptos, you can lead a horse to water. Exactly. You know the rest. Give me back my money. Please, a few days of action after long wait. I don't know what that means, Wally. Man, I'm sure happy I got into Clear Cryptos. My portfolio looking so good. Looking so bad. What's good, Shop? What's going on, Justin, man? I hope you're having a good day today, man. So in regards to Banana Task Force 8, let's jump into some of that. Shout out to my apes out there in the building, Swing Dial family. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Yesterday, we announced that Love Inc. will be heading up our community lead. I haven't forgot about you, brother. I got your message. I've just been a little busy helping out Discord members today. So Love Inc. will be the official community leader announced by Sway in the Discord. So he's been with us basically since the beginning. Since I can remember, Love Inc. has been in this project. So it's good to have somebody that knows about the project and can help out the community and stuff like that. Work in progress is the Jungleverse. As you can see, the beta version of the Jungleverse is going to be a little choppy, right? It's not going to be the full version of what you can do. You're going to have one character. I believe this is going to be Blip. You're going to be able to do some play to earn games to earn some tokens while you're in the studio over there, or in the Jungleverse. But it's glad to see them giving us a little bit of, insight into what they look like, or what the things are going to look like. Now, me personally, I hate these damn floors, but that's just me. But shout out to the team for moving, always working during the while the market is red. This is when you want to continue to build. Now, in regards to their staking platform for their NFTs, they are still minting their NFTs. They're over 5,000 minted. They have 50% of those, damn near 50% of those already staked for lottery staking as well as token staking, right? What that does is that increases or decreases the amount of NFTs that are available on OpenSea, which in turn, the idea is to raise the floor price. Now, Btfa is literally giving out $1,000 in USDC every Friday just for staking your tokens, right? As you can see right here, Adam Shelton, he's gained over 3 tickets, but that was on October 22nd. The tickets will be added up as soon as you start staking. And then they also have their Swing Dial token staking available as well. So you can stake your tokens, you can stake your NFTs, and you can buy more NFTs because, again, we are still minting. That being said, the chart is getting absolutely wrecked, so we don't need to pull that up. But at the same time, BTFA hasn't stopped building. Swingdow hasn't stopped building. They're going to have a TG tonight. Sway will be speaking in there. I won't be available because I'll be at parent-teacher conference unless it's a little later. But also they're going to have some bullish spaces with ATS NFTs, mega spaces with them coming up that we're going to be sponsoring on the 27th. And then look out for some special announcements in regards to the minting of the NFTs. So keep your eye peeled. Always take a look at your investments and make sure you know what's going on with your particular investment. So shout out to the BTFA and Swingdow team because, man, it's been rough out here, but it's a game changer. So what you got, Jay?
Yeah, BTFA is doing BTFA things like usual. Excited for everything that's coming with BTFA. Just a slight pivot for a second. Remember how we were talking about Chipotle yesterday?
Yeah.
And remember how I was saying that Chipotle always kills their earnings for whatever reason?
Yeah.
Look at these guys.
Yep, every time.
It don't matter whether it's a bear market, they don't
bull
care.
Market, people
bull
eat.
Market. Chipotle is a banger of a stock if you're gonna play options or even just buy a share. I mean, 1,600 is a little bit too much for my blood, but Chipotle continues to kill every single year or every single quarter. So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited for BTFA. I'm excited to try out this metaverse, and I'm excited to play the games, the banana chips. I'm excited to earn more Swingdow. Like, there's just so many ways to accumulate BTFA, Swingdow, the token, and it's great. It's great. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree 100%. BD says, I'm thinking about getting a bag of Terrarium. What's your thoughts on Terrarium? They're going to launch their exchange in November. Man, listen, my thoughts on Terrarium is that I really wish the management team would just stop talking. Those are my thoughts on Terrarium. I think that Terrarium, if they can launch a centralized exchange, right? I don't think who's the people they're talking to or going back and forth with on Twitter. I don't think that those conversations necessarily matter, but they can come back and bite you in the ass, in my opinion. So if I'm, in the room and they want to know my honest opinion, I took my profits. I made my money on Terrarium. Can it run? Yes. But I really think that, Milton, Will, like whoever all these people are, they need to take a page out of Dr. P's book and just post some positive stuff on Twitter. Do not go back and forth with anybody on Twitter. It is not going to benefit you whatsoever as a CEO of a company. Those are kind of my thoughts on Terrarium. Do I think it can pump? If they actually execute on this centralized exchange, 1,000%. Of course it can. The question is, will they execute? So if they execute, we'll see. If they delay it again, it's going to go down further, guaranteed. I have BTFA. Okay, Forsaken One. Gonna have a conference with my kids' teacher tonight. If you know what I mean, we homeschool. Hello. Oh God. Yeah, if you could afford the damn options plays, yeah, Chipotle options would be kind of expensive. BTFA stake site change. I can't seem to find it. No, it's on it's right here. Are you talking about for the NFTs? The NFT is you go here and you click jungle. So it's right there. So it's still there. Thoughts on Saitama? Why? My thoughts on Saitama is I don't think they're done per se, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, and I hate to say it, but unfortunately, they have exactly what Vote has, right? They have a very large community, howbeit some of it is very, very toxic, including the leadership, right? I think that because their community is so large, when this market turns around, if they ain't got arrested and locked up and made a Netflix movie by then, Saitama's still gonna pump. Will I buy it? No. It's not my cup of tea because it's just too much drama involved in it. I mean, I heard something about, Saitama Guru, naked pictures being leaked. I heard, this craziness with his ex-wife. Then the new chick he's retweeting all the new chick stuff. That's unprofessional, rude, and it's just too much. I don't need all that stress in my investment. So for me, Saitama is a no-go. I don't care if it pumps to the damn moon. I'm not buying that. So When will they fix the lottery tickets for staked apes? All I see are zeros for tickets accumulated. Yeah, we were talking about that today in the whale chat. Our developer is working on it on the front end. Don't worry about it. We'll get your tickets right. No, the coin. Oh, you got to go to the Discord for a second. Discord and TG, the link for the coin. Oh, no, the coin. You're talking about staking right here. So you go to DAO and then you click stake. If you want to stake the token, you go right here. So it's right over here in the DAO. Because Swing DAO, this is all about Swing DAO right here. The jungle is all about the NFTs, minting. And then minting, you can mint right here. The jungle is staking for the NFTs. The DAO, if you want to stake the token, is right here. And you connect your wallet right here. Yeah, no problem. The question is if Milton can manage to just shut the fuck up completely. Exactly. Like that. And that's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, they don't pay me. They don't sponsor my channel. And even if they did, I'd probably tell them straight up, like, man, you just got to be quiet. Like, I just think you just need to stop talking, honestly. And that's just as real as I can keep it with you. Like, he clearly don't know how to manage, you know, maybe he's doing a good job managing Terrarium. I'm not saying that. Like, I don't really care about that. I'm not invested in the token whatsoever, but I'm just going off what I'm seeing. It's just a bad look. Like, I got 13 years of experience in the Navy. So, like, for me, professionalism is big. And Terrariums, they lack it. Or when they present and respond to certain people, it shows a lack of professionalism. That's all I'm saying. I'm having trouble importing my NFT Genesis back into my MetaMask wallet. Any suggestions? Yeah, so you just need your token ID and then import your NFT. And when it clicks import NFT, you have to put in your token ID, and then it should import your NFT from OpenSea. Okay, thanks. No problem. What's up, Hobbs? Love from Siri name? What's Siri name? What's going on, Anthony? Can you invest in DeFi with I Trust Capital? I don't know about that. All right, so that being said, Justin, stories for the day. What you got, man? Wifey just went to go get my youngest son, so I got a little time.
All right, so I got something interesting. It has nothing to do with crypto whatsoever, but the largest YouTuber, Mr. Beast, plans to raise $150 million at a $1.5 billion valuation. So we all know who Mr. Beast is. We all know he has a lot of ventures. But as per the latest reports from Axios, Mr. Beast is looking to expand his empire with new fundraising. At a rough valuation of $1.5 billion for his overall business, he's now planning to raise another $150 million for his ventures, while information coming in according to 3 sources familiar to Axios. Then he starts talking about Mr. Beast's channel, how he's the 7th largest channel, how he did the whole Squid Games recreation, which if you haven't watched it, it's pretty dope and you should watch it. Even if you haven't seen Squid Games, it probably ruined it for everybody, but whatever. It's still a dope YouTube video. But yeah, I just find it interesting that he's trying to raise more money, and I'm curious if he's ever going to step into the world of crypto. I mean, he has a lot of influence and a lot of pull and a lot of subscribers and a lot of people who follow him. He's already gone into food. He's gone into video games. He's all about charity. And I mean, I feel like eventually his next step will be getting into crypto in some way, some form. So just thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree with that 100%. And to Perez, I 100% agree with you, man. Like, Milton shows a lack of respect for Terra investors. Sometimes it's just best to not talk. Like, if he said nothing, the only thing people could go on is the old stuff. And sometimes that shit just fades. But when he starts talking and responding, now you just open up old wounds, right? You're not helping the project by just responding to people on Twitter. I love my man Cool and Chris. That's my guy. But if I was in Milton's position, I wouldn't look his way. Like, I would just wait until I'm ready to talk, and then I would have my ducks in a row and be able to address my investors if I choose to talk to my investors, right? But I would no way, shape, or form get into a back and forth with one of my investors on Twitter. Like, I just wouldn't do that. And those are things that they've done on a repeated basis. Like, I'm just not a fan of that. It's just like, bro, just put your head down, keep working, and then produce. And nobody can say nothing when you produce. When you produce, they either gonna keep talking and watch you shine, or they'll leave it alone. 9 times out of 10, once you're successful, they'll leave it alone. And again, I'm not knocking Cool at all. That's not a shot at him whatsoever. That's my guy. But I'm just saying, if I was in their position, I wouldn't even entertain any of it. I just wouldn't. So I just don't understand why they do it. Like, dude, just focus and deliver in November. Because if you come with a delay in November, the chart's gonna dump. Period. Point blank. There ain't a lot. There's not a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are teetering on the sidelines of whether or not this is gonna be good or not. Me personally, if I was if I'm gonna swing it, I think actually I might put a couple $100 at it, because it's actually a good swing trade in my opinion. Because if they actually deliver a centralized exchange, where be it good, bad, or indifferent, the chart's going to go crazy. Understand that. Like, it's going to go crazy. So it could be a good swing play. I mean, but again, it's still a gamble. Like, you just never know in this space. Like, you just never know. Let actions pump the price, not talk. Exactly. Forward says, I would have to disagree with you both. And on Mr. Beast, he doesn't want to have to deal with the BS that can come with crypto sometimes, and frankly doesn't have to. Yeah, no, I don't think that he was saying that he has to. He was just saying that he's curious if he would, right? Like, I don't think that it would be a bad thing if he entered crypto. But yeah, you're right. There is a lot of toxicity that comes with crypto, DeFi to be, more specific. But if he could get his hands on a project that's eliminated from that, right? Like, just focus on, building, I think it would be beneficial for him. Did you have a story, Justin, or you just kind of stuck over there?
Oh,
what up, gang? What's going on, Vern?
I have this really interesting story, and I was just going through it. We can talk about it in a second. You can go ahead and get through the comments.
Oh, I guess I have one more left. So egos and emotions are too involved. That has historically been the biggest downfall of a lot of projects and companies. 100%. Sorry, I got to go. Currently deployed, and it's a bit late here. All right, Forsaken One, you have a good day, man. I thank you for stopping by while you're on deployment. Justin, you ready? Or
Yeah.
Okay, you could have been switch the screen, bro.
Yeah, I could have, but you were talking. So a catastrophe is coming for the economy, but it's not recession or inflation, says Secretary of Labor Marty Walsh. So in this little key points thing, it says the U.S. Secretary of Labor Marty Walsh said in an interview to CNBC Work Summit that he does not expect mass layoffs and job growth should continue into the next year. Now, that's a pretty interesting statement because of the fact that means the Fed ain't doing their job. Fire the Fed. But then it says, but Walsh said immigration reform supported by every business owner he talks to will be critical to the national workforce. Without it, a bigger catastrophe than a recession or inflation is coming. That is super, super interesting, right? Because when I think about the next coming catastrophe, I think it's still a recession and inflation, but he's saying that's not what we need to worry about, because regardless of the fact, we're not going to see mass layoffs and job growth is going to continue. So I want to dig a little bit deeper into why he thinks that immigration could be the reason why we could be seeing some problems. So if we come down, he says, amid one of the tightest labor markets in history, Walsh said that political parties' approach to immigration, getting immigration all tied up, is amongst the most consequential mistakes that can make in labor policy. One party is showing pictures of the border, and meanwhile, if you talk to businesses that support those congressional folks, they're saying we need immigration reform. Every place I've gone in the country and talked to every major business, every small business, every single one of them is saying we need immigration reform. We need comprehensive immigration reform. They want to create a pathway for citizenship into our country, and they want to create better pathways for visas in our country, which I actually couldn't agree with more. And on top of that, that will actually help our labor market, right? Because an easier path to citizenship means, one, more people paying taxes, which is always a good thing. And then two, it means that more people are doing jobs, and normally, unfortunately, people who are immigrants do the jobs that the rest of us don't want to do anyway. So it helps out the economy one way or the other. The demographic data on the U.S. working age population is concerning, with the baby boomer retirements expect to accelerate in the years ahead, compounding by a peak being reached in high school graduates by 2025, limiting both the total size of the next generation's labor pool and transfer of knowledge between the generations of workers. Now, what's funny about this is that we've seen that a lot of people have had to come out of retirement to start working again because everything is so damn expensive. So by 2025, I still think that we'll see more people coming out of retirement just because they need to work more than anything else. And then maybe we'll start to see that kind of slow down once inflation gets taken care of. But he says we need a bipartisan fix. I'll tell you right now, if we don't solve immigration, we're talking about worrying about recessions. We're talking about inflation. I think we're going to have a much bigger catastrophe if we don't get more workers into society, and we do that by immigration. That's also super interesting. So, I mean, I guess he's kind of on the other side of the fence here, where we need more people working, because that in the long run is going to help the economy grow more than slowing the economy down, getting it back on track, and then growing the economy, quote unquote, the right way. So I don't know. I guess he's got a really opposing thought to the Fed, and I wonder if this would make him on the side of easing the federal rate interest hikes instead of making them a lot harsher. That way we slow the economy down. Like, he's on the complete opposite fence. So I don't know. This is a super interesting article.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give my thoughts in 2 seconds. My wife is calling. Give me 1 second.
All right. What up, love? Congrats, bro, says Vern. Boca G, how's your day, gentlemen? It's going good. John Pringle says, don't forget your parents' meeting. And then the press says there's an article stating the S&P will hike 15% soon. Do you fellas agree with that assessment? You mean like hike 15% up, like it's gonna go up by 15%? Is that what you're saying? Let me know, Prez. Anthony Tremaine says Google went down 6% from earnings. Yeah, they got hit pretty bad. But I mean, I kind of expected that. And to be honest, I think that the market is going to start to have more pain now. Like, now that we're starting to get these earnings, I think we're going to get a reversal. And I don't know if the Fed's going to help next week. I really don't. We can take a look at Google real fast while Hobbs is trying to figure his stuff out. I think I have Microsoft pulled up right now, but let's see. Where is Robinhood?
Yeah, I mean, just to your point, man, like, I feel like the economy is way too strong, or is heated up way too much. And, you know, to his point, like, I think that he's basically saying, like, the rate hikes aren't really helping as of yet, or at least we can't see how much is helping yet, right? So I think that, you know, eventually the rates hike will slow. And to Perez's point right here, where he says there's an article stating that the S&P will hike 15% soon, do you fellas agree with that assessment? I can't disagree with it, because of it's going to be very, very, the value of the words that the Fed speaks in November. I can't stress to you guys enough how important his words are going to be, because if he starts to speak as in we're not through the pain, there's more to come, that type of stuff, then the market's going to dump some more. But if he starts to sweeten the pot and starts to talk about, oh, we can see inflation helping, or we can see inflation slowly coming down, we expect to get, you know, even lower numbers next quarter, and we're going to be looking at, you know, potentially slowing down the rate hikes. Look for any signs of a pivot from the Fed. That's going to be the telltale sign. And yeah, sure, we can go up another 15% from here, but we can also dump another 15% from here. So just play it day by day. Don't try to time the market. Just try to be in the market and be in the know. The biggest tool you'll have at your advantage will be macroeconomics, as well as the fundamental analysis and technical analysis of what's going on, and make your own, you know, draw your own conclusion from what you know. So
yeah, I kind of got to agree with Anthony Tremaine on this one. I don't think they're going to pivot just yet, especially after the last CPI data. I think that there's still there. I don't think there's much more pain necessarily, but I think they still haven't. I think he's going to say something like, well, we still haven't seen the numbers that we want to, and we're going to continue on this path until we do something like that. But maybe December. I think December is going to be important. And the reason why I think December is going to be important is because I think December is going to be when they give their outlook for next year, right? That's when they're going to tell us, like, okay, here's what we're planning for 2023. And that's what we're going to want to hear. And that's when we could see a pivot. However, you bring up an interesting point, Prez, because I have another article about the overall market and how why we've actually been running up this past week. So let me see.
Shout out to No Name. He says, yo, what's good? Absolutely love what you're doing. Appreciate you, my brother. And then I don't think we have a pivot yet. Justin kind of addressed that. Yeah. And again, I'm not saying that we will pivot. I guess what I'm saying is what I'm looking for in regards to which way the market will go, right? if we don't hear pivot talk, I expect a pullback because the market's been running hot, which it usually does prior to the Fed speaking, and then it comes down even further if he doesn't say what the market wants to hear. So I'm not in any way insinuating that he will pivot. What I'm saying is if you're looking for a positive vibe or potential 15% up, you're going to be looking that he needs to pivot for that to be a possibility. That's the only way that's most likely going to happen. Unless the markets just say, to hell with it, we don't care. We're running this bitch because we tired of waiting. So I doubt if that happens, but go for it, Jay. But I got to go after this story because, wifey, we're just going to take separate cars.
All right, yeah, we could probably, this is like really the last thing I got because there's not too much going on in the markets. But just so you guys know, there's a decline in the yields, and they've gone down by 12 basis points on the 10-year treasury, and then they've gone down 3 basis points on the 2-year treasury. And so what traders are thinking is that they're doubling down on expectations that the Fed is going to ease. So therefore the market has been running. So if you're, in the stock market, you're trading options, futures, whatever, using the 10-year treasury and the 2-year treasury and kind of tracking what they're doing will give you a little insight on the way people are feeling, or other traders or investors are feeling about the way that the Fed is going, on top of, paying attention to what they're saying in their individual meetings and conferences, whether they're being hawkish or dovish. Hawkish meaning they're really bullish on adding more to the rate hikes, or dovish on easing them. So, I mean, yeah, it's just another indicator. That's kind of why the market's been running. But I do think that we're going to see a reversal here with all these tech stocks reporting their earnings. It's not going to be as sweet for the rest of the week going into next week. So
yep. And guys, with that said, again, I do apologize for cutting the stream short today, but I do have other obligations with my kids. I have parent teacher conference. So to all 66 people in here, please make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Guys, we're going to go ahead and close up shop here just for today. It's going to be a quick early day just because I do have parent teacher conference, and Justin has things that he needs to get done as well. That being said, to all my people that came over from Zach Humphrey's show, thank you so much for tuning in. Please come back tomorrow where we have a full show, and we'll show you kind of how we do things over here at the Crypto Shop. If you like what you see, please check us out Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we appreciate you guys so much. So, Justin, final thoughts, good sir?
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. Sorry the show was kind of quickened, but hopefully you got some good information out of it, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, no doubt. So that guy over there is Jay Seals. My name is T Hobbs. This is the Crypto Shop. We'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.